Okay, this video is by Nexpo and it's called Japan's Strangest Unsolved Mystery, which already sounds pretty bad. But I've watched a couple of this guy's videos. He's pretty good. He makes some really cool ass videos to listen to a lot. So I thought let's just make this into like a reacting video. So I saw this one pop up on my For You page. Might as well get into it. Video contains flashing lights. So scary.
Monday. The peak is shrouded in fog. It's the aftermath of one of the most violent storms to hit the area in months. A search helicopter powers through the mist, scouring the region for a pair of hikers from Tokyo who set out the day prior.
Who the hell? I'm sorry, I might pause a lot, but who the hell hikes out? What is this, nighttime almost? And it's raining? Oh, hell no. You got me up. I'm not doing that. You cannot make me do that for any amount of money or anything. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. That's ridiculous.
And haven't been seen or heard from since. This hunt has been ongoing for hours, sunlight dwindling as search teams comb every crevice, yet find no trace of anyone around. But as nightfall takes its grip, enveloping the area in complete blackness, suddenly, something strange enters their view. Just south of Mount Asahidake, a crudely constructed, massive SOS sign beckons from a clearing. It's undeniable that the missing hikers have made this, and it's a damn good thing they did, because with conditions like these, finding them otherwise would have been nearly impossible. The team swarms the area, with newfound hope that these hikers just might be hiding nearby. They search.
Why wouldn't they just
search,
stay at the SOS sign?
Until finally, they find them. About a mile north, the two men emerge from a cave. They are completely disoriented, battered, and exhausted, but most prominently are in complete disbelief that the rescuers found them. As they're pulled up into the aircraft, the search team reassures them that they're gonna be okay before commending them on their efforts while out there. "We couldn't have found you without your help," they claim. "You guys did a really great job building that sign." The men pause for a minute, visibly confused. "I'm sorry. We didn't build the sign."
Huh? What the? What do you mean you didn't build a sign? Are there other people out there? Is there somebody out there who's also trapped in the storm? Or wait, was that all of the hikers though? Or was this... I'm so lost. Was that all the hikers that they found, or what the?
"We have no idea what you're talking about."
That's nuts. crazy ass view. Oh my god, that's beautiful. See, hiking
You
would be
know,
cool
I'll
if it
admit,
wasn't for
the
the
island of Hokkaido is beautiful.
dangerous
It's a
things you could
landscape
do.
adorned with volcanic mountaintops, trails with serene views,
I know it's not hiking, but like climbing Mount Everest is terrifying, but it has a good ass view. You know, um, I know it's way different than hiking. Like you're climbing stuff. I mean, it is kind of like hiking, but you're climbing up a mountain, pretty basically. But you end with like really cool ass view.
and a multitude of steam vents giving the area an almost dreamlike aesthetic. It's no wonder that it's one of the most popular hiking spots in Japan, as no matter what time of year you go, you're bound to have an experience you'll never forget.
I bet.
From the summit of Mount Asahidake, it was 2.6
Oh, that's a
miles
mountain. I
directly
was like, what am I
south
looking
where
at?
the SOS sign awaited. Resting in a relatively flat wetland, it was constructed with 19 cleanly cut birch tree logs, each measuring at around 16
Tree
feet
logs?
long. Interestingly,
Damn.
the deviation down here is considerably longer than the main hiking trail on the mountain, making its existence entirely perplexing. As far as it's known, there are no trails south of this mountain, implying that whoever built it had to have made their diversion from the north. A detour littered with steep cliffs, a dense forest, and even the turbulent Chubetsu River. At this point, it's
Wait.
completely unknown
Wait,
how
wait,
this
wait,
person
wait. Am I tripping? Wait, no. Is this where they? Okay, this is either this is where they hiked from because I was phasing out for a second, or this is where they found them from right here at the beginning of the red line. I don't know. I think this is the hiking trail of where they found it. And where was the cave? Was the cave at the beginning? Um, it had to be in like where near the SOS sign, right? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
got here, and for Japanese police, it was undeniable that a mystery was brewing on the mountain. Someone is still out there, likely pleading for help. One day later, a second team is dispatched to probe the area for any signs of hikers in distress.
Good
This time,
animations,
with
jeez.
emphasis on the wetland the sign sits in. And while they all held out hope of finding someone still alive, unfortunately, just a few short hours into their search, they'd uncover quite the contrary. Hidden near the SOS sign are scattered human remains covered in bite marks from wildlife, and nearby, a backpack containing various items. A Sony Walkman,
Somebody else died out there.
4 cassette tapes, toothpaste, a bar of soap, and a towel.
All
At
you
first
bring?
glance,
You're going hiking, that's all you bring. Well, they had to be like, no, because this is in the middle of nowhere, right? Am I tripping? Well, I guess it depends on how far out they found this stuff. I don't know.
it's obvious that the belongings in the human bones are connected. However, a curious question lingered in everyone's mind. How did this person with enough energy and strength to build an SOS sign out of 19 massive logs allow themselves to die in nature? For the rescue team, nothing further was discovered that day. For what it's worth, though, this seemed like a pretty open and shut case. Locals have claimed that the weather on this mountain is volatile, with thunderstorms rolling in with hardly any notice. Perhaps this person got turned around, mistakenly made their way down here, and spent their final days awaiting help that never came.
Damn, that sucks, all that work.
The site at
Just
the
to die out
SOS
there.
sign and the story it tells is grim, but all things considered, This case, again, seemed relatively straightforward. Someone passed away here and built an SOS sign before it happened. The only question really was, who was it? And how exactly did they get here?
EVE
I don't
Online
care.
is a vast...
2 days later. Damn. So what happened to those guys?
2 days pass, and examiners from the Asahidake Medical University notify Hokkaido police that the human bones belong to a female.
Oh,
Reportedly, she was about 5 foot 3 inches tall, had type O blood, was somewhere between 20 and 40 years old at the time of her death, carried bone fractures in multiple locations, and died within the span of 1 to 3 years prior.
Wait, is this the wait, I'm confused. Is this the person who made the sign? Then she has bone fractures though, and she's like 5'3". Not to be like mean or anything, but aren't they like big ass dogs too? Yo, what?
Aside from this, there was no further identifying information about her, and effectively, she was consistent.
Give me a heart attack. What the hell?
Something is wrong. This doesn't make any sense at all.
Right, I was just talking to you. Yes, exactly. God, the animation is so cool looking.
Upon calculating the weight of the SOS logs by utilizing numerous wood weight charts online, I found that 16-foot segments of birchwood weighs anywhere between 150 and 400 pounds
No,
each,
there's no way.
depending on
There's no
diameter.
way she did that.
Multiply this by the 19 segments this sign is comprised of, and we have
At least
a
not
whopping
alone.
total range of 2,850 and
Someone else had to do that
7,600
for
pounds
her.
of total weight making up this sign. So, with this
Ridiculous.
information, we're left to assume that a 5'3" female with fractured bones had the energy and strength to not only cut down 19 massive trees with tools that were never found, but also had the stamina to transport anywhere between 1 and 3 tons of weight completely by herself. Let's not forget, either, that all of this was done after taking a treacherous 2.6-mile diversion down the south side of the mountain, undoubtedly causing
Fuck
considerable
no.
exhaustion from the elements. Without help, constructing this sign alone
This could just be some random person who died near it. I don't know if they died near it or what happened. Or they died right next to it. I don't know. But whoever made this, they haven't found yet. There's no way that was her. And if it was her, she had to have help because she had bone fractures and I don't know. That's just, there's no way.
is an extraordinary feat, a feat that doesn't add up given the context here. So was this person actually alone? Or was there perhaps someone else that died there with her? Alright guys, before we continue down the rabbit hole, I'd like to tell you about tonight's video sponsor, Incogni.
I'm just gonna,
Alright, so it seems like nearly every year now,
Yeah. Police headquarters.
It's late at HQ, and investigators are scouring for clues. Of everything they uncovered, the cassette tapes seem to be the most promising lead on uncovering the identity of this woman.
Cassette tapes. Wait,
And
what?
so, they put
Did
them
they
in their
find
tape
cassette
player
tapes in
and begin to
bag?
listen.
I
As
didn't
they
listen to
play,
that.
they're met with musical tracks taken from various anime TV shows. However, once they make it to the last one, something strange gives them pause.
Tired. It's nighttime right now. I'm fucking running. What the hell? SOS shouting in Japanese. Is that her?
Despite the bones being female, the voice on this recording, clearly in distress, belongs to a man.
Then it's not.
And the
it's not her.
translation: SOS, help me. I'm stuck on the cliff. SOS, help me. I'm at the location where I first met the helicopter. The Sasa is deep and I can't climb up.
Wait.
Please pick me up here.
Wait. Where did they find the cassette tapes? Or whatever they're called. Was it in the bag where they found the bones of a woman, or was it here at that SOS sign? I think it was in the bag. I think he explained at the beginning. But that wouldn't make sense, because why would she have them if the person on the tape is a guy? That means someone else was with her, right? And helped her do that. Helped her make the SOS sign. Right? Case closed. I mean, case not closed, but it's not her.
Interesting. Aside from the blatant parallels to the SOS sign, I can't help but find it strange that this man uses not a single phrase implying that he's with someone. I don't know about you, but if I were stranded
weird.
somewhere with another person, I'd plead for someone to help us, because we are the ones stuck here.
Then
In this recording,
he was
though,
never with
it
him.
sounds as if he's completely alone, unaware that a female is stranded in the exact same area. Almost like, to him, this female doesn't exist.
Oh,
The
this is
woman
pretty
who the bones
obvious.
belong to and the man who the voice belongs to almost exist in a vacuum. Remnants of two people discovered in the exact same spot, completely unaware of the other's existence. The only thing tying them together, an SOS sign nearly impossible for one person to build, and whispers of an agonizing death. A sight of demise that we are years too late with uncovering.
Then the question begs, where's the guy's remains at, or if he's alive? What?
If you got hit,
Look. These AI. This is probably going to be another video I'm going to make on a rant or react or whatever. These AI videos and stuff like that are getting crazy. What's his name? Nexpo, I think is his name. The guy I'm watching. He made a video recently on AI on some like weird channel that AI generates their videos and turns into like some weird cult like stuff. I don't know. It's insane. It's crazy. And people can get so easily manipulated with AI on and how it how it can just make you brainwashed pretty much into believing certain things. It's insane. I know this is just some stupid car accident AI video ad thing, but even still, bringing this up it's pretty how easily you can change people's minds by just looking at stuff and thinking it's real is insane. Insane how much technology has got. Anyways, just
Even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident in the
least that's
last
not
year,
AI,
you
I
could
think.
be
I think I'm brainwashed now. Oh my god. This is an insane video.
Fascinated by this case, a Japanese reporter named Koyo Abaratani sets out to the site of the SOS sign in search of any clues the police may have overlooked. While uncovering anything new was one hell of a long shot. Surprisingly, after they dug through some tree roots, they actually uncovered something. Just 165 feet north of the SOS sign and hidden under foliage was a large hole containing various belongings. 2 cameras, a notebook, and most prominently, a
Oh,
license.
we found someone. That's the
This
guy.
ID belonged to a man named Kenji Iwamura, someone from
Kenji
Kannon
Iwamura.
City in southern Japan, over 800 miles south.
That's got to be him, right?
This discovery
How many people
was
got
massive
missing in this
because
place?
for all anyone knew, this was bound to be their guy. I mean, this had to have been the voice on the recording,
Was it in the same
right?
area?
And of course, this man must have been associated in some capacity with the female bones found at the same site. While she may be, up to this point, still unidentified, at the very least, those investigating this case finally had a name. Kenji Iwamura.
But the camera though. Anything on the camera?
It's the middle of summer, and 24-year-old Kenji Iwamura sets out for Mount Asahidake for a short hiking trip. He arrives at a small mountain lodge at the base of the summit and only plans to be there for a couple nights. Later on, he informs the hotel owner that he's embarking on a hike, ignoring warnings of a storm that would hit the area that night. Hesitant, the owner agrees, and so Kenji sets off from the hotel lobby and embarks into the great unknown.
Just up and left.
As time ticks by, the sky darkens. The hotel owner becoming increasingly anxious and with no way to contact him to confirm how he's faring in this unstable weather.
Did he have anything
Hours
on him?
pass without a word from him. The storm comes
Like an
and
axe
goes.
or something?
The clock approaches. Days pass without a word from him. Weeks.
How did
Come
he
and
take
go.
down those trees?
Kenji Iwamura never turned up. He was never seen again. With the discovery of Kenji's ID, police were certain that they'd crack this case. Reportedly, determining gender from bone fragments isn't always accurate, and for all they knew, they
No.
had to belong to him.
No, it's
From
not.
here, they tracked down
It's not
and
even the same
contacted
person.
Kenji's family, believing that this was the final piece of verification they needed to close this case. Their confidence was at an all-time high, catalyzed by his parents later claiming that he was an avid fan of anime and that the backpack they uncovered indeed belonged to him.
Stop.
And so, at last, the police played the cassette tape for them, certain that they'd recognize the voice of their son.
Oh, it's a cassette.
And
tape.
as
Wait,
fate would have it, by the grace of God, They didn't recognize this voice at all.
Oh, that's the tape from earlier.
They have no idea who this person is. With no evidence of foul play, Hokkaido police, bizarrely,
There's 3 people, right? It's the girl with the bones, and then whoever made that SOS sign, and then the one where they found the bags. All that stuff in there. There's 3 people who went missing. And those 2 that they found at the beginning had nothing to do with any of it. Because they found them in a cave, like, I mean, I think it was near here, but it was like nowhere. They weren't right next to it. Yo, that's it. Imagine just some random person who came by, just scrolling, just putting an SOS sign and leaving. That would be good though, because they found those guys. So in a way, if that's true, they're helping. That's so crazy.
continued to run with their theory that this sign was built by Kenji Iwamura. They cast aside the consensus about the bones, the lack of identification with the voice, and simply ran with it. It took just 11 days for them to close this case.
Oh, so they
and
disagreed.
to this day,
Didn't care
the
if it's
mystery
like-
surrounding the SOS sign has been cast into the void of history. Solved to them, yet completely bewildering to the world surrounding them. By 1990, the bones were re-examined, and the consensus underwent a surprising change.
Oh, the woman bones.
Reportedly, they never belonged to a woman with type O blood, but rather a man with type A.
Oh, this was a while ago. I'm pretty sure. So, technology probably wasn't the best.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I really thought the bones were right.
Why the hell were the bones suddenly reclassified? Who was the man recorded on Kenji's tapes? How were these massive trees carried and placed by
Right?
just one person? And how were these
They
trees
had like an axe or
chopped
something, but
down at all?
none of them had an axe
Taking a broader look at the landscape,
that we found.
we've established that the site of the SOS sign was reached by a diversion from the main Mount Asahidake
So that's
trail.
just buried under
As we've
under
seen, though,
the ground.
multiple
the dirt.
hikers have done this. So how have they all made the exact same mistake? So as it turns out, there's an incredibly confusing landmark on the mountain. It's a boulder called Safe Rock, and it's typically used by climbers to orient themselves on their trek, as once you encounter it, you're required to take a right turn to continue your journey to the peak. Bizarrely, however, there sits another identically shaped boulder right next to Safe Rock, called Fake Safe Rock. Unlike the former, using this one as a guide diverts hikers to the much more dangerous south side of the mountain. Terrain littered with steep cliffs and intense grades filled with a specific type of bamboo.
Just put a rail in. The case is solved. You don't gotta deal with no more people going off track. Just put a rail in, or put a sign up. Something, anything. Not a damn rock. Be like, yeah, I go right this time. You better listen to that rock, or you done. You done, man. No, just put a damn sign up. It's not that hard. I don't know when this was, but at any time it was, I forgot when this happened at. Any time it was, you could have just put a damn sign or a rail or anything really. Put a damn stop sign right where the cliff goes down. You're like, yeah, don't go there.
Known locally as Sasa. In recent years, fake safe rock has been marked with a rope to signal that you shouldn't follow it.
Oh, now y'all want to do it? Now y'all want to do it? Okay. All right. Recent years, but not the years before it when people were dying.
However,
Whatever,
to
bro.
this day, hikers often misinterpret it for the actual safe rock, adding even further confusion to an
Wait, they're still getting confused. I'm sorry, pausing. They're still getting confused? They should just have a fence all around where this cliff or hill or whatever this is, all around it. Yeah, they just put a damn fence around the rock and call it a day. Yeah, they'll figure it out. It's a stupid trail got people killed.
already disorienting situation. I'm sure you're finding this convoluted as I'm explaining it to you. Now
No,
imagine if you were faced with this dilemma while exhausted, in the wild,
Yeah, it is even
and
worse.
completely alone.
I think a sign
To this day,
would have been just so
it's
much
believed
better.
that both the Tokyo hikers and Kenji Iwamura made this
Keep
mistake,
right.
leaving them both to be stranded and completely helpless. So with this in mind,
crazy.
let's go forth and entertain the idea that Kenji Iwamura was the only one involved here. Let's just say that everything belongs to and was done by no one but him.
What?
So it went a little something like this. Kenji Iwamura begins his trek from the lodge and makes his way up the Asahidake trail. Because of the impending storm, it's possible that there are few hikers up on the mountain. He makes his journey all the way up before the sky darkens and dense fog rolls in. He encounters the fake safe rock, confusing it for
right?
the
Where
real
does
one,
he go
and
left?
makes a right turn, leading himself. As the day bleeds by,
Doesn't
he
that
begins to panic, the sky darkening as his psyche becomes ever more.
wait? Is right the wrong way? Because the way he was explaining it, he was saying like going left down that hill was the wrong way, but he went right. Maybe it's the camera angle that got me messed. I don't know. Never mind.
Anxious. He recognizes not a single thing about the path he's on, and it becomes rapidly clear to him that he's venturing
Go back.
nowhere near the summit.
Just go the other way. Just go.
Completely turned around
Where are you
and with
still
no other
going?
choice, he continues, following some semblance
Oh
of a
my
path,
God.
even though it's only heading down.
Then go
Is
up.
he heading back to camp? Are there any towns in this direction? Where exactly is he going? As hours pass, he becomes more panicked and begins screaming for help, for anyone to hear him. He falls off a cliff on the way down and breaks 2 bones. And so, in immense distress, pulls out his Sony
Is this the
Walkman to
guy?
record an SOS message and later plays it on repeat to save himself from damaging
Oh, this
his
is
voice.
what they think happened.
As he continues to limp downward, he encounters and crosses the Chupetsu River before eventually landing at his final destination, the flat wetland where he would build the SOS and where the two would inevitably
Build the
remain.
SOS. I don't know.
You know, on the surface, this theory makes sense.
No.
However, when you begin to pick apart the finer details, this story rapidly falls apart. As we know, the only cliffs in the vicinity are up the mountain, and if these are what Kenji's referring to in his recording, assuming it's him, then he made it to the wetland with broken bones and in excruciating pain.
Exactly.
Even
There's
if we
no
give
way.
him the benefit of the doubt and say that he had every tool in the world, building a sign of this scale would take immense effort for just one person. It's been said that something like this would take 2 days to construct for someone healthy. So how in the world did Kenji do this while critically injured?
He didn't. It wasn't him.
There was no axe ever found.
And this is multiple
why would he
people.
have
It's not one
on a mountain
person.
hike anyway? On top of this, the condition of the bones indicated that he would have been incredibly.
The bones is somebody. The bag was somebody. And then the person who built the SOS could have been one person or multiple people. It probably was multiple people. Who else was rescued here? That's the question. Because if somebody else was rescued near the SOS and they didn't see it that time, then it could have been them. But they also could have all died. But I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't one person. It was multiple people.
frail by the time he passed away. There is no way this man made this thing alone, leading me to believe that Kenji Iwamura, perhaps, wasn't the only one to die there. Consider this.
He's gonna explain the
is
exact
on the
same thing I
hike
said.
and somewhere during his climb encounters someone else out there. The two were both on their way to the mountain peak, and so they pair up and continue their trek together. As the fog rolls in, the two begin to undergo equally critical errors, making their turn at fake safe rock and getting lost down the mountain's south end. Injured, one of them makes a recording while the other pleads to keep going. And so they continue downward, cross the river, and make it to the wetland where Kenji lies in agony. It's possible that this other hiker, for some reason, had an axe, and over the next few days, made this sign with incredibly limited help from Kenji. Kenji knows he can't go any further, though, and so, in a final fit of desperation, the other hiker grabs a handful of supplies and takes off to find them help.
So is
In a
that
way, this
the
could
person who
explain why
dies?
police never found an axe. This could explain why the voice on the recording wasn't Kenji. And this, potentially, could
No, it doesn't. It doesn't explain why they didn't find an axe. Where is the axe? Wait, then who's the hiker? The hiker goes to find help, but isn't that stuff that they found in that bag? Or maybe I'm tripping. So is this just a make believe person that helped them and then just left him to find help and never came back to help him? Or this guy went out to find help and died? Or I mean, why would he die though? But he this whole thing has messed me up. I'm losing my mind.
explain how this sign was even made in the first place. The human body can go 3 days without water, and perhaps this unknown person used their last in a final push for rescue.
So
At
you're
the
saying
end of
he
it all,
died?
though, they would
trying to
never
find
make it and instead would die a slow death. Surrounded by darkness, by wilderness, and in a forest. Completely abandoned.
Well, that's that. It's just a theory.
Perhaps their body
A
is still out
mystery
there,
theory. I'm such a cornball.
but we just haven't found it yet. It's a tragic end to someone who may not even exist, but goddammit, it's the only way this story makes any sense.
Yes,
Kenji
but there's
Iwamura
1,000 different
had to have gotten
possibilities.
help from someone else on the mountain
So
that night.
we'll never know.
There is just no way in which he couldn't have.
That's it, I guess.
I refuse to believe that there was just one person on Mount Asahidake that
Crazy
night.
story.
The circumstances are just too extraordinary for one to pull this off alone. The broken bones, the stranger on the tape, the rapid closure, someone migrating literal tons of weight after vital injuries.
It
Everything
didn't have
about
to be
this
that
conflicts
night,
with the
though. It could have
reality of
been
the situation
like a few
we've
days
been
ago.
given. These theories, as far-fetched as they are the only way this makes any sense in my brain. And even then, I'm still assuming that someone had an axe, assuming that an entire second person was there, and assuming that this other person died and was never found elsewhere on the mountain. No matter which way we approach this, nothing makes sense without drawing vectors to things that may or may not have
There's
happened.
probably people out there that
And
died
to
that they
me,
just never found.
That's what makes this incident so incredibly perplexing. The man on the recording never stated that he was with someone. And even if we assume that Kenji wasn't alone, the only way this story makes any sort of sense, it's almost like the two of them never even knew the other existed. It's like two people encountered the exact same spot, just on completely different timelines.
Yeah, people died all different times. And it was probably some group or
It
someone
goes
with an
without
axe
saying that we
made
can
it.
theorize
Maybe
for
that's what
hours
sign.
about what took place
We'll never know.
on Mount Asahidake and how the SOS sign, given the evidence we currently have, shouldn't exist. But out of everything, the one detail...
I mean, could you find like fingerprints on the logs? They probably did try to find something, but then again, it was raining, so like I don't know if that will wash off the fingerprints or anything that could have pinpointed them to somebody. I don't know if fingerprints directly. I think it does, yeah, because you put it in your permitted ID and everything. So if they had found it, they would probably find the person. I don't know. I'm not smart and all that, but that's what I'm thinking right now.
that haunts me most
But the
about
rain
this
probably
is
would've
the
washed it
simple
away.
fact that at the
Doesn't
end of
matter.
everything, the police have never formally identified the bones as belonging to Kenji.
Probably was 1,000 years ago.
And this is after they were reclassified to belonging to a male. After this story spread to the
You really
world around
can't
them.
figure out.
And after the mystery surrounding the SOS sign and all of its bizarre inconsistencies had spearheaded this into one of the most captivating unsolved cases
It
in
sucks
history.
that it's called Unsolved because I really wanted to figure out who this was.
There has never been an official answer as to who the bones belong to. And to this day, nobody knows when the SOS sign was made. And who in the world built it.
That's just nuts. That's it. Damn. That's such a crazy thing to happen. Just all these people dying in different areas at different times, and the police trying to figure out where this SOS sign was from and who made it, and nothing makes sense. It's just and they probably still haven't found the person who made it. Like no actual evidence. Like no, the bag probably wasn't even that guy was probably even. The bones probably wasn't even. It was probably somebody else who died out there. It's just nuts. A nuts situation. But them not blocking off where the fake safe rock was at, and then they did it, but they didn't make it really obvious. They just put a fence around it, like a small little fence. They should have like signs up, like "Do not go this way. Do not go this way." Or just remove the rock. But yeah, that was nuts. I might do some more reacting videos like this because this is pretty fun. I might still every now and then do the rant stuff if I want to, and the stuff with the also last video I said I was gonna do a video every Saturday. It's probably not gonna happen. My main goal now is at least to get one video out every month. That's it. That's my main goal right there. And I'll make sure of that. So that's it. There, bye. Why the f still watching?